Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and I hope you are ready to witness this tank in action. Skill where you're looking at. Sorry, I was a bit confused. Anyways, quick information, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, if you farmed the drops from the Onslaught Legions, you can get this vehicle for free. All in all, the tank is far away from being ideal, and it's far away from being excellent, to be completely honest with you. The tank is rated 2 stars in the index page, and I stand by this rating. It doesn't have anything super to offer apart the gun. Gun is actually average, and overall community votes for this tank being more likely average, not a bad tank, right? You can vote for a tanks yourself by logging in via index page via our gaming API, right? And you can be part of all of this. Currently, we have 188,000 ratings, over 20,000 or over 19,000 different accounts rated vehicles. So feel free to join the rating forces. And if you did not notice, this is an extra Skill for L2 channel, so feel free to subscribe. It's free, and we are going to provide the daily content now to showcase the lower tier vehicles and overall Twitch highlights and whatnot. You know what I mean. Okay, Ensk encounter battle. What do we have? First things first, nothing too good. The tier 8 matchmaking doesn't look great for us, that's for sure. But we are not going to give up, and we are not going to complain. We will try to get some use of this nevertheless. Now, extremely important thing to highlight, where the gun goes, this tank has 150 alpha damage, 171 millimeters of penetration, and 800 shell velocity. And this is actually a good thing about this tank, fellas. This is actually an okay thing. The gun, like I said, is average, nothing too special, but penetration is actually very, very fine, and this is absolutely amazing. So we can penetrate pretty much tanks without bigger problems whatsoever. And this is exactly what we are looking for. Now, if you are loading gold, obviously this gun will become significantly better, and you are doing, and you have 240 millimeters of penetration, and this is pretty much selling point of this vehicle. But all in all, how good the tank is, it's far away from being ideal, and it's far away from being the best tank in the world of tanks, with all honesty. It just simply isn't, right? It doesn't really matter how you are going to look into all of this. It's just not the best tank. Yes, you can hit your shots once in a while. Yes, you can slaughter the light tank, right, without bigger problems whatsoever. But you are a big, relatively slow target, and it's just, it doesn't have that many things or that many good things to offer overall as a vehicle, right? Purely, once again, the selling point is probably purely gun-based, and there is nothing bad about it, fellas. There is nothing bad on having a good gun on the tier 6 vehicle, but you see, in this situation, platform is the problem, and if there is no good platform, the tank overall is far away from being ideal. At least that's what I think. Anyways, we are not going to give up. We will try to do our best, and we will try to punish this Mr. Tiger 2, who will go for us. Or at least there is a chance he is going to make some pressure. Indeed, he does. That's very, very good. He's going sideways. That's okay. We're slapping him for 150. The Tiger doesn't know what he is doing, and this is very, very good. And we are sitting on 1.4 thousand damage already. That's good. That's fine. Everything is okay. Also, fellas, if you are getting maps like Ensk, you can have a secondary setup, right? And you can mount the turbo, or if I'm not mistaken, you can even put the grousers on this vehicle, so you would feel tiny touch faster and tiny touch better. Would I say that it would save this tank and it would feel a bit better? Nah, not really. I personally would rather have better view range than tiny touch more speed, even in the maps like Ensk. In certain situations, you just simply need that view range in order to get maximum use of all of this, right? And there is nothing bad about that. Speaking about nothing bad about that, there is TS-54 sitting right there. and I would love to get a couple of the free shots from this gentleman. Meanwhile, Veron is crossing through the middle of the field. I'm trying to escape. Obviously, we are struggling quite a bit. That's okay. Luckily, we escaped at this point. That's good. Everything is completely fine. Now, the problem is that the speed of this vehicle is far away from being ideal, so I am not entirely sure can I run around with this guy like headless pigeon. You know, I'm not entirely sure about this. But this is okay. We are not going to complain about this. We will try to beat the living crap out of this gentleman as much as we physically and possibly can, and life is going to be beautiful. That's all we need for a full happiness. He just fired. That's absolutely amazing. We are going to slap him into the lower plate, and now he shot again. Beautiful, and we are eliminating him from the game. Gun handling, everything was... penetration is okay. Gun handling, it is via question mark, but once again, it's tier 6. Nothing to complain about and nothing to cry about, right? The most important thing that we made this tank work, even though we had a horrible matchmaking and we had pretty horrible map as well. But hey, fellas, I'm not complaining. Making the tank work is good. It is good, fellas. So, what do we have? 2.1 thousand damage, 3 kills, first class, Lech Vašlaihos medal. Not a big surprise, right? And this is good and this is fine. Plus, on top of that, we have 83,000 profits, although most of the profits are coming from completing the mission. And the main reason why we haven't made that much profits overall is because I was firing quite a bit of the gold. But I would say this is completely understandable considering that we are bottom tier in this situation and in very bad matchmaking, so that's okay. Round number 2, let's go. Okay, fellas, so what do we have? Oyster Bay standard battle, tier 7 matchmaking. This definitely feels a bit better than the previous game, right? At least it's not an Ensk. Now the question is, can we do some good stuff and can we beat the living crap out of the enemies in this game? This is the other question, right? This is the other question. Let's drive our PP tank and let's have some fun. That is a weird machine gun. I can tell you that much. I mean, looks like, fellas, Brits has a great sense of the humor. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Because if I would see this, this would be... Actually, you know what? I have a feeling that I have seen this tank, or I have seen AC4 with the same machine gun port in real life. Whenever I was in the Tank Fest Bovington, UK, I'm pretty sure I have seen it. Just saying, fellas. Still, you are flexing with your knowledge. Absolutely, fellas. You cannot say that you are seeing this often, you know? Just saying, fellas. Just saying. It's okay. We are doing great job. We are chilling. We are enjoying ourselves. I think we need to highlight one very important thing, that we do not really have that many protectors over there at this point, right? But don't worry, I am going to take this position and hopefully we will be able to spot the heavy tanks trying to make pressure like this. Oh, here we go. Heavy tanks are making pressure through the middle. This is exactly what I want to see. I'm not going to mess around. We are going to load the APCRs and we will try to beat the living crap out of every and each gentleman who will try to make a bit of pressure like this. Luckily, the Chinese tank missed because his gun is made in China. Haha. Very nice. That's what we need for a full happiness, fellas. All we need to do here, we need to make sure that we can punish every and each gentleman who is trying to be aggressive here, right? That's what we need. Now, as you can see, we are going to use our gun to the best of our abilities to slap other Chinese tank, and we will make sure to have some fun, fellas. That is the most important thing. It sucks not to be a top tier, but in the same time, I believe we are going to be alright. Oh, that was disgusting miss, if you would ask me. But that is okay. I cannot complain about this. Come on, gun. Do some heavy lifting. Very nice. We are just peeking literally for a second, so we are not exposing ourselves for too long, and we are slapping the enemies, right? This is exactly what we are looking for, and this is exactly what we need. Now I have a feeling that this light tank could shit himself a bit, and now we can have some fun and we can start farming Mr. Crocodile. Good. Good, good. Once again, the selling point of this tank, fellas, is the bloody great gold penetration and overall penetration as a whole of the tank, right? Yes, armor-wise, this tank doesn't really have that much armor, and even Crocodile is giving us quite a bit of trouble to deal with, and that was too aggressive. Okay, I deserve this. I definitely deserve this. I overestimated my powers, and I felt like I am significantly more powerful than I actually am, and that was just simply bad play by me. This is not the tank fault, this is me fault for being aggressive and being silly goose. It's okay, it happens, mistakes were made, I cannot complain about that. Too aggressive by this tank, right? And that's not a bad thing to showcase overall, considering considering the armor of this vehicle is rated 1, and you know, this tank is not created for this pressure against the heavy tanks. My fault, it's okay, I'm accepting this. Let's see the score. Fellas, we are back. I got carried away by looking into the PP of this tank, my bad. 1.3 thousand damage, 200 assisting damage, not much what I can change about this. 5th by experience, 5th by the damage, and we got, we pretty much broke even. Nothing too crazy. In fact, I would say it is a bad game, but that's okay. Next game will be better. Would you look at that, fellas? Top tier finally, or are you supposed to say we are playing against the equal tiers? Now there is one bad thing. Enemies has professional Jeffs and our team doesn't, which is a bit unfortunate, but there is nothing what we can change about this. Let's try to get some use, and let's try to make enemies to regret their life choices. How we are going to play this game? I think we are going to go somewhere around this area, and hopefully we can slap the living crap out of the enemies. Now, please, fellas, pay attention at the speed of this tank compared against the T-34-85M. T-34-85M is not the fastest tank in the world of tanks, and yet I cannot really keep up with him, or can I? I mean, we were going down the slope, right? That's why it felt relatively good. Look at the speed. Whee! 40 kilometers, 45 kilometers per hour. But yeah, looking at this, T-34-85M is just superior where the speed goes. But that's completely fine, it is okay. I changed my mind, I'm not going to make a hardcore pressure here. I simply think it is way too risky for us to do so, considering that light tank is already sitting in this position. I just simply do not feel like it is appropriate way for us to play this game. So instead of being super aggressive, oi. Yeah, we've seen that. Enemies have plenty of the sniper schnitzels. Instead of doing that, we are going to snipe from the back, and we will try to get some use from using our gun for obvious reasons, right? That's what we need for a full happiness. I do not want to be involved into this game to this extent. It's going to be way too difficult and way too risky. Instead of being super aggressive, I would rather punish every and each person that tries to make pressure this way, right? I think we are going to get significantly more use in this way. Beautiful, another guy in the open field, very, very nice. And this is the moment whenever I can get spotted. I am definitely spotted here, but once again, we are not going to overthink this. We are going to be kind of all right. What is our goal? Our goal is to get as much assisting damage as we physically and possibly can, because enemies may try to make pressure here, right? And we have T-150 sniper schnitzel as well, and it's not so simple to spot us. So we are just having a great time, and we are using our penetration, and we are using our gun to the finest of our abilities, right? Now, we are running away, because once again, this became significantly more dangerous for us, and we are going to relocate completely. What do we know? We know that T-50 is playing somewhere over there. Yeah, that's not a big surprise, and we know that our team is losing this game by a humongous margin. But once again, we are going to be fine, and we are going to survive this. Luckily, our art eliminated the light tank, which is very much appreciated, and that's fine, although enemy art is countering our art. Would you look at that? Crazy, fellas, crazy stuff. Meanwhile, luckily for us, we have a poodle who is traveling through the middle of the field and he is enjoying himself while doing so. So we can simply try to punish him once or twice. Meanwhile, unfortunately, I'm getting punished myself and the situation is looking significantly more complicated than it was before. And if you would pay attention what is happening here, as you can see, enemies are getting more and more and more involved here, and we are getting flanked by pretty much everyone, and this is looking very, very, very bad. I am trying to survive as long as I physically and possibly can myself, and I see the Artas trying to shoot us, and the score is 2-10. Do I feel bad how I play this game? To be completely honest with you, not really. Sometimes it happens that enemies any team is totally dominating this and just slapping the living crap out of everyone. Do I feel upset about this game? No. Do I feel like I did as much as I could do physically and possibly? Sure. If we would play something like Cromwell, right, or something like T-3485, would we have a better score? Absolutely, undoubtedly. But once again, it is how it is, not much what we can change about that. We need to be humble and we need to accept our fate. So better luck next time, and let's see the score. And I think we need to play one more. I really want to get ace with this tank, and I believe we can do this. After all, we are going to make this PP work. Okay, fellas, we are back. Unfortunately with the defeat, but it's okay. 1,300 damage, 500 assisting damage. Nothing too crazy so far. We are first by the damage, first by experience. And we got minus 2,000 credits because my finger just slipped on that 2 key. I could not do absolutely anything. Ooh, tough session with this tank. So far our average performance is 1,600 average damage, 200 assisting damage, which is above average damage wise, but I think we can do better. One more game for a full happiness. Let's do this. Oh, beautiful. That looks promising. Province standard battle. Let me see what we can do with this tank. By the way, do I think this tank is good? No. I do not really have too much of the expectations for this tank, and I never thought that. Oh my bananas, this tank feels good. This tank can feel good only in a different way, if you know what I mean. Anyways, what do we need to do? We need to spot the guys crossing like this, and I think we are going to get plenty of the use. We can see that enemies has pretty strong clickers, which is unfortunate for us. But it is how it is, and not much what we can change about that. As you can see, this Arta is crossing through the middle without bigger problems whatsoever, which is a bit complicated thing for us, but we are going to be alright. And I would love to see some folks crossing. Nice. Enemy crash. That's good. Seeing enemy crashes all the time. Nice. And we can see that enemies are making quite a bit of pressure right there. I hope that our team is going to be ready to punish enemy forces whenever they are going to get spotted up here. And I have no doubts whatsoever that they will, okay? I have no doubts whatsoever that we can spot the enemies crossing just like so. Beautiful, very, very nice shot. We are having a full focus here. Now we need to be careful of that Fava Arta because he crossed, and that's definitely disgusting. As you can see, this mother trucker started bursting the living crap out of us. I am going to push in front instantly, don't you worry about this, I am okay. And now we want to spot some sniper schnitzels who are sitting in the back. Beautiful. We can clearly see this Cover 1S trying to get involved into all of this. Luckily, he doesn't have too good of the gun depression, right? Good, 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 good. We are doing a good job, and so far, so good. Now, this is the moment whenever we are trying to escape from here. Skill, why would you escape from here? That's a great question. Thank you very much for asking, because as you can see, all of the guys are playing over there and we do not really have any support whatsoever. So we are going to use this turtle speed to run away with this tank. Yes, mobility, as we experience it so far, doesn't look the greatest on this tank. And that's okay. We are going to be fine. We are going to survive. Now, our triangles are kind of clueless. They do not see what's coming from this side, and that's completely alright. All we want to do, we want to set gray in a very good bush here, and we want to spot upcoming forces for us, right? Not a rocket science, nothing too crazy, nothing unusual. We want to sit in this bush. Whenever enemies are going to come for us, we are going... Wow, nice blind shot. Whenever enemies are going to come for us, we are going to simply start escaping from here. Very, very, very strong light tank, fellas. Very strong light tank. He knows what he's doing. He's going for a blind shots left, right, and center. As you can see, he's blind shooting literally everything over there. Not bad, fellas. This is very impressive stuff if you would ask me, and for a light tank or overall in the lower tier to have a derp gun who is just simply blind shooting every and each bush, this is strong. This is straight up strong situation, and that's good for him. He's doing a great job, and we need to appreciate when someone is doing the things properly, right? At least this is how I look into all of this. So what we can do now, do we see anyone upcoming here super aggressively? This is the question, and soon we are going to figure this out. So far, not a single soul making pressure, that's okay. If we will have anyone making pressure right there, we are going to see him, okay? I'm pretty sure that our tank destroyer should be able to see someone making pressure. It's okay. This game still has potential. We can do over 2,000 combined without bigger problems whatsoever, because we need to keep in mind that most of the hit points definitely sits in our side, and they can and they will try to make pressure eventually, right? Unless they won't, which I really doubt it would be the case. Okay, beautiful. This is exactly what we are looking for. Do you see this? This is what we need, fellas. Beautiful tracking shot, very, very nice. Our PP tank works just fine, and he is eliminated. Beautiful. That's what we need, fellas. This is exactly what we are looking for. Now, our sniper schnitzels will have a bit of the difficult time over there, but once again, we are not going to complain about that, and we are going to be just fine. And in the lower tier overall, we are not even talking about AC4 experimental. I am talking about the situation overall, right? You need to be kind of patient, and you need to be... you just simply need to be patient. What do I mean by saying this? Well, it's quite straightforward. Lower tier means lower amount of the armor, unless you are playing with T150 and or OI, you know, then you can make pressure. But with the paper tanks like this, patience is the key. You want to capitalize on enemies making silly goose mistakes, and you want to play very, very, very well. That's all you want to do, and that's how you are looking into the things, or at least that's how I am looking into the things. By the way, speaking about this tank, would I ever recommend to open wallet for this vehicle? Absolutely not. Fellas, absolutely not. I don't really think this tank is worth, honestly, anything. I do not really think that this vehicle is... Oh my bananas, this is an epic tank, and you are missing a lot if you do not have this vehicle for yourself. No, that's straight up not the case. Okay. What do we want to do now? Oh, beautiful. We found the type 58. That's great. And you know what? I have a feeling that we can try to make a bit of pressure like this. Although we are aware of enemies having some sniper schnitzel, so we need to keep this in mind as well. We cannot simply go in front and expect to get best use for ourselves. It's definitely not the case. How to be smart and how we can get some more use. Let me think about it. There is a big chance that this Type 58 will try to peek like this, okay? There is definitely a chance for that. Let's see, are we getting spotted by the sniper schnitzels in the back? No. But Burza still should be sitting somewhere here. How about if we would check out the gentleman sitting here? Is he still side scrapping? Would you look at that? He actually escaped. Not bad. Not bad. This is a smart play by this gentleman. He realized that he's sitting in the deep kaku hole, and he said, F this shit, I'm not going to be aggressive because it's simply not worth it. Not bad. Meanwhile, Mr. Burza should try to move back in a second. Let's try to punish him. Beautiful shot. Can we do that again? Sure we can. He's down to fartable at the moment. That's okay. Hard last game, but I would rather have a hard game than an easy one, to be completely honest with you. So that's okay. I'm trying to escape from here. I am trying to escape from here, fellas, while shooting back, right? That's all we need for a full happiness. And now we definitely know that this gentleman will get involved and he will try to make quite a bit of pressure. I'm trying to escape from the art as well, but before we are going to go anywhere else, we want to pre-aim for this light tank, if this light tank would make pressure this way, right? That would be absolutely amazing. Also, in the same time, there is a tiny chance that Mr. Burza is sitting here. Good pre-aim by me, good read by me. Skill, you are so humble, I know, right? I know. Oh, so much work with this PP tank. So much work. You know, more I play with this tank, fellas, more I feel like we rated this tank accordingly and properly, and it's just, gun is not enough as a selling point. The tank needs to have something else to offer. Wait a second, that was a different Burza. What the flying F was that? That was a different Burza, fellas. That was a different Burza. So what is the chance that other guy is sitting here? Or is it the same position? That was a different Burza, if I'm not mistaken. Huh. I'm not complaining, fellas. We have our blind kill and we are feeling very, very good with this. I hope for more kills like this. That's all we need for a full happiness. Good. Very, very good. Okay, type 58 is making a hardcore pressure for our Burza. That's okay. If this P43 bis would get involved, we are going to be able to slap the living crap out of him. Right? This is what I would love to see. Can I see him making a bit of pressure like this? Not really, but I think we can detrack him. The guy got detracked, that's very, very good. And now all we need to do, we need to make sure that we are going to eliminate him from the game, right? Beautiful elimination, everything is fine, everything is Gucci. So much work, fellas. So much work in this game. That's absolutely nuts. We are sweating our balls off. We are definitely sweating our balls off in this game. But overall, our decisions are fine, I would say. I wish to have a bit more assisting damage, but in the same time, you know, not much what we can change about that. We need to be humble and we need to accept what we have. Now, the best part of playing with this tank, we are going down the hill, so actually tank feels a bit more agile and a bit more mobile. That's absolutely amazing, and this is what we are looking for. And in this situation, I think I'm going to go straight into the base. Skill, why would you go straight into the base? Because I want to believe that, first of all, we can build a bit different angles in the most positive shape and form, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is we can actually cap the base out, right? Which is not the worst thing ever, that's for sure. So let's go into the base. Let's pretend that we are going to sit somewhere. Actually, do I want to do that? I don't want to do that. I want to go straight up for the Arta. We still can get some use and we can boost our score quite a bit, okay? Yes, it is going to take quite a second. It is going to take a bit of the time to go on top of the hill, but we have all time in the world of tanks. We do not need to complain about that. We do not need to complain about that. I mean, WoT is dangerous tank. If he is having hits, it's III. If he is having high explosives, it's III. So pretty much the guy knows, if the guy knows what he is doing, which I truly think he does, this could be difficult. But WoT is playing in the other side. We know that because he killed the Hummel. So now all we need to do for a full happiness, we need to load high explosives and penetrate this Arta. Ahem. Okay, or not. Or not. Let's go and cap the base. This is the end game for us. We are going into the base and we are capping the living crap out of this, right? This is exactly what we are going to do. Not a horrible game, but you see how much of the effort we need to put into this in order to have somehow decent score with this tank, fellas. It is absolutely ridiculous. There is plenty of the tanks which are significantly better than this vehicle is. and I just simply can't recommend anyone to purchase this tank. This tank has a big problem, and the problem is the platform overall. You cannot play aggressively, even though the first Ensk game against the higher tiers was good, but I believe it was good because enemies were laughing by seeing my PP. You know, they were simply laughing and they lost their ability to aim, so it's okay. Meanwhile, 1.4 thousand damage, 1,000 assisting damage, very hard job in order to get game like this. We finished second by experience, second by the damage, and we got 42,000 profits because we did not fire a single gold ammunition. Overall, after 4 games, our performance is 1.5 thousand average damage and 450 assisting damage, so over 2,000 combined, but once again, definitely far away from being ideal. Nor I like this tank, nor I recommend to get this vehicle for yourself. But anyways, fellas, I hope you enjoyed the PP performance, I hope you had some fun, and I hope I saved you a buck or two just by looking at this and saying, yeah, fellas, don't go for that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you and see you very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.